What is up, everyone? It is I, DPX. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today is November 25th, 2022. I don't know when this episode will be going up, but the day after Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all ate lots of turkey, even though if I think turkey is a little dry, but it's okay. We're not here to talk about that. We are, and I say we, because I finally got a special guest on here today. We got one, Ryan John. Ryan John, how you doing?
Oh, good. The long-awaited guest has finally arrived.
Yeah, I told you I'd get a guest on here this month, guys. Been trying to get... there's been like many episodes in a row, unless you count the Cobra Kai spoiler episode where I got a few guests on here to talk about spoilers, but like a general episode, yeah, there's... The last time I got a guest on a general episode was with Greg, and that was back in May. So yeah, it's good to have Ryan here. He's one of two MeCast members that I've been trying to get on the show. The other one being Zach. Go subscribe to Zachary Attacks and tell him to get the fuck on the podcast. But yeah. Anyways, we'll just get into this. We got some smaller topics to talk about. We don't have a whole lot of big topics necessarily, but like the topics that we do have, like the big topics we do have, I think we have a lot to say on them. So, all right. Starting off with we'll go over. This is what I do with a bunch of whenever I have a guest on here. Ryan, what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing Fallout Shelter.
Oh.
Yeah. And also some COD. Call of Duty.
Like the new one, or like?
Oh, not yet. I'm planning on getting it.
Cool. Well, which Call of Duty then?
Black Ops.
Like the original Black Ops?
Yeah.
Nice. Damn, that must have been like, how long ago was that one? Like,
awfully a while.
Yeah. Oh, Call of Duty, now we're on like Black Ops 4. Technically Black Ops 5, because like, there's Cold War, but like, yeah, I've not been playing a whole lot. I played this one game that will be in an upcoming solo missions. Oh yeah, and also me and Slash did a video, an episode of Mad Lads on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and that video I don't think will ever go up because that video is garbage. But yeah, I played a little bit of that game, and well, we'll have some things to say about it later. Other than that, yeah, Ryan, now what have you been watching? Anything you've been watching lately?
TV shows and movies?
Yeah, what specifically?
I recently saw Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh, nice. How was that?
Really good. Emotional, but really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely recommend watching it.
Anything else?
Yeah, I think, besides recently, not so much.
Okay, okay, I've been watching, I watched Andor and Chucky. I had, reviews for both of those go up, yesterday. Long story short, Chucky Season 2 was a bit of a disappointment. It was very messy. It was entertaining, but I don't know, it's just, there's some, like, actual bad writing in that show, like, beyond the whole, like, goofy shit. Andor, I think, is the best Star Wars we've gotten in quite some time. That's all I'll say. And I also watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which we'll get into in a bit later. Ryan, you didn't see that, did you?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna give somewhat of a review for it later, but no, whatever. So yeah. Other than that, I haven't really watched much. I guess the next thing we'll go to is a brief topic. This was a very weird headline that I read. Yuji Naka, the creator of Sonic, got arrested. He got arrested for insider trading at Square for like Dragon Quest. I don't know, it's just weird. It's just a weird thing, you know. And like, he's in big trouble. I don't really know what to make of this, really. I just think it's interesting, an interesting thing to mention. Ryan, any thoughts on this?
That's a weird, what? That's kind of like weird to get arrested for. Dang.
Yeah, I mean, no, it is like incredibly illegal what he did. He did some insider trading, but like, it's just weird seeing Yuji Naka get arrested. But
yeah, that's like the weirdest part.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think we have anything else to say on that, really. As for other news, I just had something. I'm dumb and I removed a lot of the... I guess I remember one thing. A few months ago, I reported on... they announced that the John Wick... The guy behind John Wick was making a Streets of Rage movie. And I thought that was interesting. You know, I would watch a Streets of Rage movie, but I don't know too many other people that would, because Streets of Rage is very niche, and aside from Streets of Rage 4, which was awesome, not really that, you know, relevant, if I'm going to be honest. Well, they're going ahead with it, and it's Lionsgate is the studio behind it, which is cool and all. I just gotta ask, why are they making a Streets of Rage movie? I don't know. And then Sega also announced that they're turning a lot of their other franchises into movies, like Comic Zone and Space Channel 5. Like, sure, I'll be there for that, but it's like, I don't know what audience will go out and see these movies, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, me, but I'm like a younger person who likes Streets of Rage, but like not too many people my age really even give a shit about it. It's more like the older people, because they grew up with it. It's just weird that they're even doing this, that they're doing a Streets of Rage movie. But Ryan, what do you think?
I personally agree. I mean, I feel like that, well, Sega, ever since the success of Sonic, they tried to get all their video. Oh, sorry about that. All their video games, somewhat live action or animated.
Yeah.
I mean, the success, I feel like when there's like a success of like, you know, one big movie from a company, they'll probably, you know, do a cash grab off of it.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, again, I'll go see a Streets of Rage movie, and if it's gonna be anything like John Wick, that sounds interesting, but it's just weird, you know? Just weird that they're doing this. Any final thoughts?
I would say it's weird. That's my final thoughts.
Yeah, okay. Moving on to another brief topic, and I think this is going to be our final brief topic before we get on to the bigger stuff. Heyo! Now, this actually isn't something that I put... Ryan, this isn't something I put in the topics. But, it does regard the Game Awards. Apparently... So, a few months ago, at Star Wars Celebration, they announced Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is supposed to be the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order is fantastic, and I've been waiting for a sequel for a while. It's been taking quite a while, but they've announced it, and it's scheduled to come out sometime next year. But I'm like, I don't know, is it really going to make next year? Well, apparently at the Game Awards, there will be an extended gameplay showcase of the game with a release date reveal. And I'm pretty excited for that, you know, because apparently, like, Jedi Survivor, this is going to be next gen only. Like, it's not going to be on PS4 or Xbox One. It's going to be, like, PS5 and Xbox Series, which is, like, that might be why they have been taking quite a while, or maybe not. I think it actually takes a while for them to like optimize the game for last gen hardware. But like, I'm excited for this, and I want to, Ryan, with the release date reveal incoming, what month of next year do you think will it come out?
Either April or May. That's what I predict.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. I was thinking April, May, or June. Like I think it comes out before. Yeah, I think it comes out before, like within the first 6 months of the year. Because I remember like Jedi Fallen Order, they announced that game. Like they didn't show anything, they just announced it, and then the next year they like showed a whole bunch of gameplay for it, and then they announced the release date was like a few months later. Like I think that might happen here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. Any final thoughts, Ryan?
It would be crazy if it's released on May 4th.
Yo, they need to do that.
Yeah, they really have to do that.
That's actually shit. Wait, what day of the? Yeah, now I'm frozen. It's okay. What day of the I'm gonna look. What day of the week is May 4th, 2023? Oh, that's a Thursday. Games don't usually release on Thursdays, but they can do they can make an exception here maybe. I like the idea. May 4th. And then like a week later we're getting Zelda, so that's quite an interesting May. But and plus it's my birthday month, so always good. But yeah, so those are your final thoughts, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Alright. Moving on to the big topic. Probably the big boy topic. I don't know if this is the biggest topic we have today. But this has been everywhere. So Pokemon. We all know Pokemon.
Oh man.
Maybe we don't all play Pokemon, but like, you know, it is the largest media franchise of all time. I don't know if you knew that. It's bigger than Marvel, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Mario. Bigger than any other media franchise. Pokemon's number one. It's got the games, it's got the trading cards, it's got the anime, it's got the toys, it's got the movies, you know, it's got everything. It's any kind of, there's music, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I've been a little critical of Pokemon and Game Freak, although it's not all Game Freak's fault, but I'll get into that in a little bit. I've been pretty critical of the franchise, how, you know, and this is something I didn't notice until Pokemon Sword and Shield, where it feels like they're not. This is a franchise. It's weird. We got a franchise all about evolving, but Pokemon has stayed the same. It has not evolved at all. Little ironic there. But, you know, fuck. I'm kind of going a little crazy. But it's okay. I thought, you know, Game Freak, they need to do something more with Pokemon. You know, they need to, because Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, and it's like, okay, this is like the same exact thing that we've been getting for like 15 years now. So now Scarlet and Violet comes out, new generation of Pokemon, and they are doing something new. They're doing something different. They made it open world. You know, I'm pretty sure they brought back like all the Pokemon. Great stuff. They released it in an unfinished as fuck state, and it's been quite a nightmare for the Pokemon Company and Game Freak and maybe even Nintendo. There's a few things I want to talk about with this. Because I think I have some thoughts on this. Because, first of all, there's a conversation going around about, the Switch can't handle Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. No. Everyone's saying that because I think like Kotaku or Polygon made an article about that, and Kotaku and Polygon are fucking shit. Don't ever listen to them. They have the worst takes ever. This isn't a problem with the Switch. The Switch can run Breath of the Wild, all the Xenoblade games, Monster Hunter Rise, Skyrim, Doom, The Witcher 3. Alright, it can run all those games. It should run Pokemon. The thing with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is it was not ready. And the problem here is that there's a deadline. It had a deadline to meet because they couldn't delay the game. Because the reason why they have a new game every 3 Novembers is because of the anime and the trading cards and stuff. The game kicks off a whole bunch of other stuff. But like, then I think you outsource them. Game Freak doesn't need to make every single game, but then that's something with the Pokemon Company. I don't know, Ryan. What are your thoughts on this? I don't want to say everything before you say something. So what are your thoughts on the state of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? And what do you think can be done to? What do you think could have been done to like avoid this?
Well, I feel like they shouldn't really rushed it. I feel like they should take their sweet time. I mean, I could see through like a lot of games, for example, Cyberpunk, Fallout 76. They all went down this same boat as Pokemon. So it's like, what Pokemon is on the same boat as these two games. With all these glitches and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like these games shouldn't be rushed, really. They should take their sweet time and then pretty much get released. Because I feel like if you wait awfully a while, then it'll probably give like more hype to it.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of people comparing this game to Cyberpunk. And as someone who likes Cyberpunk was like, I didn't have that many bugs and glitches in Cyberpunk, but like when I saw from other people, like Cyberpunk was released in a much worse state, and people had issues with like the game design. Like there are features that weren't in the game. So like if the game came out and it was finished, but like it was the exact same game it was, except it was not buggy, like people probably would still have issues with the game. This, from what I've heard, it's like a great Pokemon game despite the bugs. Like, if it wasn't in this embarrassing state, like, I mean, if it wasn't released in the way it was, it would be like Slash, my friend Slash, you know Slash, Ryan, and I'm sure all you viewers and listeners know Slash, but we're playing Pokemon's, I think he has Scarlet, we're playing Pokemon Scarlet, and he said if this game was released in a much better state, this might be the best Pokemon. And I think that, like, that's gotta, like, that says something, because, like, Game Freak, they made, like, bugs aside, they made a good Pokemon game. All they needed to do was, like, take their time with it. And the issue here is, this is what happened. So, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out around this time last year. And then, just like 2 months later, in January of this year, we got Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's not a mainline Pokemon. You know, it's a spin-off, but still, it was a pretty big thing, a new thing for Game Freak. And then they came out with Scarlet and Violet. I think maybe they should have waited on one of the two. They should have either waited on Arceus or Scarlet and Violet. Because, like, yeah, maybe they wanted to get Scarlet and Violet out this year because of the anime and all of that stuff. So then maybe they should have waited on Legends Arceus, or like, they would like doing a new generation every 3 years. So, but maybe they could have pushed this one back and had this year's Pokemon game be Legends Arceus, because I didn't play the game. I wanted to play the game, actually. I don't really play Pokemon, but like, a new open world, kind of standalone Pokemon game. I want to see more stuff like that from Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. So, but from what I heard, it's a good game, but it is definitely like, it's not the most polished. So maybe it didn't need a full another year, but like they could have sat on that and then had it release around this time, and then Scarlet and Violet comes out next year. That's what I think they probably should have done, or maybe swap them. Scarlet and Violet comes out this year, and then Arceus comes out next year, because they don't have a new Pokemon generation coming out next year. Maybe they'll have DLC for Scarlet and Violet, but you could have. I just think there are better ways they could have done this. I think if Arceus might have been a step too far for them internally. Arceus doing both of these big open world games might have thrown a wrench into everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think. Ryan, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I feel like that, this could have actually been a really great Pokemon game if it wasn't for the bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that's really disappointing here, I barely played it, but I think it might end up on my worst / most disappointing list. And the thing is, this is the biggest media franchise in the world. And this is what you put out.
Yeah.
Shit like this happens. We're not going to pretend. I'm someone who likes Cyberpunk and liked it when it released. And that was a PR nightmare for them. But it's disappointing that following I was kind of following the lead up to this game, and it seemed like they were actually. It seemed like this was the Pokemon game. It kind of felt like, from many Pokemon fans that I've heard, it sort of felt like something was missing. They were leaving some stuff out, and it turns out they were leaving a lot of the actual bugs and glitches out. But open world, bringing back the national decks, the way you find Pokemon, all that stuff. It sounded like this was the Pokemon game that most fans dreamt of. And then it comes out like this. That's what's disappointing about it. Even as sort of an outsider, and yeah, it shouldn't be happening. I keep saying this, but Pokemon's the biggest media franchise. You have the Pokemon Company has they outsourced Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They outsourced Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Start outsourcing. Call of Duty comes out every year. There's a new Call of Duty game every year, but they have different developers making the game each year. This is Pokemon. This is Game Freak making a new game every year. That's the problem here. So yeah, any final thoughts, Ryan?
I 100% agree with you on that. That's my final thoughts.
Alright. Yeah, that's that. Moving on to got a little review. Fortunately, this was kind of a last minute one. I didn't really want to do this as its own review. So I decided to lump it in here. Sorry, I'm a bit of a bad podcast host because Ryan did not see this, but and I didn't tell him about reviewing this till a little bit before, but it's alright. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special came out today. I did not know what to think going in, before the first trailer dropped, at least, because it's weird that they did this, honestly. But I think it's interesting. They're doing these special presentations. I really liked Werewolf by Night. How that was different. It was a standalone thing. with like its own their own characters that probably we'll probably never see again in the MCU. Let's be real. This is a little different. This is like sort of a Guardians of the Galaxy spin-off, and I enjoyed it. It's nothing crazy. I think it's. I heard in a review, it feels like the Christmas episode of a non-existent Guardians of the Galaxy TV show, and yeah, that is what it feels like. The plot here, and I love the plot, but the plot here is, Peter is down about Gamora and is not really all that happy about Christmas. So then Drax and Mantis go to Earth, and they try to find Kevin Bacon and have Kevin Bacon meet Peter Quill. And then that I won't say anything other than that. There's no major implications for the MCU. There is one thing actually that I won't mention. And it's kind of a little disappointing that they had that major like bombshell of a reveal in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So like hopefully they kind of like reveal that again in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, or else it's just common knowledge that you're not going to know going into that if you haven't watched this. But I thought it was it's just a nice little holiday special, Drax and Mantis is I think they have to be one of my favorite duos in the MCU. Like, I always liked Drax. He was always very funny, and Dave Bautista as the character is a lot of fun. Mantis, though, like, she's very funny and fun in this show, in this special. So, yeah, Rocket and Groot don't really do too much, which is a little disappointing, but I guess, like, this was Drax and Mantis's time to shine. It's just a fun time. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. Ryan, have you seen, like, the trailers of this, I know you haven't seen the special, but, like, I don't know. Yeah. Just what are your thoughts on it as someone who hasn't seen it?
Well, I watch a lot of James Gunn projects, so knowing him, I believe it's, like, really good. He definitely knows how to make comic book, films and also TV shows as well.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of confidence that it would actually do good. And plus, he made, like, freaking Guardians of the Galaxy popular.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And Guardians of the Galaxy, the first movie, is probably my favorite MCU movie other than, Game and Infinity War. Like, that's, like, Guardians of the Galaxy is my number 3 favorite MCU movie. And, yeah, so yeah, I think this is a fun little movie. Not really much of a movie. It's like 45 minutes long. I'll probably have it in my end of year movie ranking, because why not? I don't know where else I would put it, but like, it's fine. It's enjoyable. I think you should watch it because it's a fun little movie. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's a fun little movie. I didn't get offended at all. Again, there's just there's one major reveal that happens, and I feel like it's a little out of place. Not out of place, but like, you don't watch this. Like, this shouldn't be required viewing for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and that's probably going to be something that comes into play in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I'm not even, like, mad about that, because, like, yeah, I watched this, and now I'm going to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 when it comes out. But yeah, there are people that definitely won't watch this because, it's not required viewing. So, like, but yeah, other than that, it was a fun little joyous ride. So yeah, moving on to this one social media platform that has gone to shit within the span of, like, how many weeks? Like,
always been in shit.
I mean, it's always been in shit, but now it's gone into, like, deep shit within the past few weeks. In, like, record time, I feel. So, I reported a few months ago that Elon Musk was set to buy Twitter. That's when it wasn't confirmed that he was buying Twitter. And then it turned out he bought Twitter. And then it turned out he was trying to terminate his acquisition of Twitter. And then it turned out he bought Twitter. So he bought Twitter. And since then, Twitter has become somehow even worse than it already was. First of all, you got the shit with him, like, he started laying off many employees. I'm sure he went into, like, a room of a bunch of, this is from what I've heard, he went to a room with a bunch of employees, and he's like, alright, this is now how we're gonna do things. Any of you who disagree, get out. And then everyone left. He's like, wait, no, I need some of you to stay. So, and then, like, he keeps laying off people. And then it turns out, like, some of the people he's laying off, like, are actual, like, important people that need to be there. That, like, are in charge of, like, certain parts of Twitter. So now it's like, oh, shit. Actually, can you come back, please? You know, then you have the whole verification thing that you pay $20, anyone can pay for that. So then you have a bunch of, like, parody and, you know, fake accounts. You got that one tweet from that fake Nintendo account of Mario holding the middle finger. Like, I'm gonna say this, for someone who, with all the money and resources in the world, Elon Musk is incredibly fucking stupid and incompetent. That he did not see this was gonna happen. I don't, like, honestly, it's crazy to say this, but my respect for this guy's kind of gone down a great deal since the whole Twitter fiasco. You know, like,
Same.
Like, I don't really care what he did to Tesla, really. That SNL sketch with where he played Wario was fucking awful, but, like, I'm sure he's like, hey, I want to play a Mario character, and then the writers, like, spent, like, a day thinking of something. But this is, like, I'm actually shocked that, like, he doesn't know how to run Twitter. He doesn't. And it's from what it seems, he seems like he's trying to do it all by himself. Like, he's firing people that, like, need to be there. He has the whole verification thing where you pay $20 and then he changed it to $8 and now you don't pay for that. It's just a mess. And then one thing that honestly bothered me is he's reinstating a bunch of people that got suspended from Twitter. Like, obviously you want freedom of speech, you want to give them a second chance, but it's like, they were suspended for a reason, you know? He reinstated Andrew Tate, I believe, or he's going to. He got suspended for a reason, you know? And it's like, the fuck, dude? Twitter's gonna die. It's just gonna go under. And, you know, like, and the other annoying thing, just, this isn't as bad, but, on my Twitter feed, when I try to look at, like, video game stuff and, you know, shit like that, I don't even follow Elon Musk on Twitter. But he keeps popping up in my feed, to the point where I had to fucking mute him. I muted Elon Musk. And then you have all the shit with the parody accounts and how he just banned a bunch of Elon Musk parody accounts. It's like, Elon Musk, man, he does not know how to run Twitter. This man got in here, bought Twitter, and is like, what do I do? And just ruined it. I didn't even know, like, Twitter already sucks. But now it's like, now it swallows. Okay, Ryan, what are your thoughts on Twitter?
It sucks. It's garbage now, all because of Elon Musk. Goes to show that, you know, even though you're the smartest man alive, you tend to do stupid stuff.
He's not the smartest. He's the richest man alive. That's the thing. This shows that he's not that smart. You know, like, it did not cross his mind that, like, if making anyone pay for, like, a verification would result in that, like, fake Nintendo Mario middle finger tweet. That did not cross his mind once, that maybe that would happen if, like, he made verification available to everyone as long as you pay. Like, and, like, he did not even think about how he would lay off employees that, like, need to be there for certain, like, tasks on Twitter. He did not think about how, like, those people need to be there, and then now that they're not there, it's like, what do? He did not even think about that. That is insane to me. So, yeah, but the thing is, if Twitter goes down, what are we using instead? Like, we don't want to go back to Facebook. Like, that's for old people. And Instagram, I guess Instagram's cool and all, but, like, it's not really, like, you can't just post, like, text stuff and then start a whole, like, thread on Instagram. That's not really how Instagram works. You can't even post anything on Instagram without a picture. So what the fuck are we going to use instead of Twitter? Are we going to use... Are we going to fucking use the YouTube community tab? Is that what it's going to be now? Because now that's available for everyone. So is that what... I don't know, man. Ryan, what do you think what do you think happened? What do you think we're going to use instead of Twitter?
I don't know at this point.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Well, it kind of sucks how Twitter went downhill.
Yeah. It's like a ticking time bomb, you know?
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. Alright. Another topic. We got, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Disney. We all love Disney. Ryan, you love Disney, right?
I love it.
Yeah. Who doesn't love Disney? Because, fuck, I read a comment that I got on, like, a post, and now I lost my train of thought. No, who doesn't love Disney? Like, okay, maybe you don't like the corporate side of Disney, but, like, come on, like, the MCU, maybe it's not as good as it once was, but it was very good. Star Wars. Disney Star Wars has been a little hit or miss, but, like, come on, Mandalorian, Andor, like, we all love Pixar, we all love all that stuff. Lately, for, like, during the pandemic, the CEO, Bob Iger, actually stepped down and got replaced by Bob Chapek, who was, I believe he was in charge of running the parks, but then it turns out, like, he wasn't really liked over at Disney. Like, apparently it was his decision to have, like, Black Widow and Cruella and all those movies released day and date on Disney Plus for $30, and that's what started the whole Scarlet Johansson lawsuit thing. It was his idea to put, like, Soul, which I get Soul because that was released during a pandemic, but also Luca and Turning Red on Disney Plus. Like, it was his idea to do all that stuff. Kevin Feige's not been as hands-on with the MCU as he has been for the other three phases because of Bob Iger, or not, Bob Chapek, apparently. And a bunch of, you know, it's just a lot. It's a lot to get into. Well, apparently, Bob Chapek has been yeeted out of the company and is being replaced by Bob Iger, returning effective immediately. I have this source from WSJ. That's SJW backwards. Not really, actually. Never mind. I don't know how credible this source is. Actually, wait. Let me find a better one. Okay, we got sorry, I don't. This is oh, there we go. We got WSJ. Fuck it. Okay, can you go away? The fucking, like, ad telling me to sign up. Go away. Are you fucking for real? This won't go away. Okay, I'm gonna pause until I find a fucking source that will... I'm able to read. Alright, we found a new one. New York Times. I don't know. The other sources were not working. In a move that dropped jaws in Hollywood and prompted comparisons to an impossible screenplay, the board of the Walt Disney Company fired Bob Chapek as chief executive on Sunday and announced that Robert A. Iger would, or Bob Iger as most people know him, would return to run the company effective immediately. So this isn't like an announced thing that's like, in a year, it's no. That was like once it's announced, like that move, like the change happened once it's announced. In effect, Disney is replacing Mr. Iger's handpicked successor as chief executive with Mr. Iger. In a Sunday night email to Disney employees, Mr. Iger said it was within an incredible sense of gratitude and humility, and I must admit, a bit of amazement that I write to you this evening with the news that I am returning. Mr. Iger, 71, agreed to a 2-year contract after the board determined that Mr. Chapek, 62, had done irreparable damage to his ability to lead, with a string of missteps resulting in the lost confidence of Wall Street and most senior Disney executives, as well as many rank-and-file employees. Mr. Iger previously served as Disney's chief executive from 2005 to 2020, a run that was widely seen as one of the most successful in Hollywood history. Mr. Iger left Disney entirely at the end of 2021, having served as executive chairman for 2 years to help Mr. Chapek gain his footing. Now Mr. Iger has been given 2 years by the board to steer the company on to the right path and groom another successor. And a quote, we thank Bob Chapek for his service, Suzanne Arnold, the board of chair, said in a statement. The board has concluded that as Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period. Miss Arnold called Mr. Iger on Friday and asked him to consider returning to the company, according to 3 people with knowledge of the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss private conversations in recent months. Mr. Iger has made no secret of his extreme disappointment with Mr. Chapek, telling people close to him that he was devastated by the downward direction that Disney had taken, and that it felt that Disney was losing its soul. So there's more to the article, but like I think you got the gist of that. So yeah, basically, Bob Chapek led Disney in a direction that was not very good. You know, there's a bunch of ugly moments, like the Scarlett Johansson thing with Black Widow's day and date release, of course. There's the stuff with Pixar. Apparently the people at Pixar were like furious when they found out that Turning Red was gonna be on Disney Plus. Like, not even with a paywall, just like, yeah, I would be furious if like that movie was like, I remember that movie had like promotions in movie theaters. The trailer would play in theaters, and like it would have like the cardboard cutout things in the theaters. I remember after they announced the move to Disney Plus, I remember seeing like a promotion, like a poster for that in a movie theater. I'm like, why is this still here? Or no, why is this on Disney Plus? You know, and like apparently Bob Chapek was also very focused on Disney Plus. I don't know if you've noticed, but Disney released. Brian, how many movies do you think Disney released in the theaters this year that are like, you know, not really like Fox stuff or anything like that? Just how many movies do you think like the Walt Disney Company has released in theaters this year?
That's actually a good question. Now, looking back at it, none.
Okay, well,
I've actually.
dude. Okay, no, it's not none.
Oh no, not none. I mean, only like one or I think like around 10 or something.
Not even 10. I will tell you. Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and
Oh,
Thunder, Black
wait,
Panther, Lightyear. They just released Strange World, and they're releasing Avatar. That is 6. Six
wow.
movies. That's not counting Fox, which I guess throws in a few more. But like,
Yeah.
6 movies, and one of them's not even out. And they barely promoted Strange World. I didn't even know that movie was coming out until I saw it, the trailer for it at the beginning. When I went to see Black Panther, I saw the trailer for that. It was like coming, like on like this Thanksgiving. I'm like, wait, that's like in a few weeks. And like that, like they didn't even promote that movie really. I forgot about that movie, and it looked cool. I didn't hear any reviews for it, but it looks cool. I might want to go out and see that. But it's like 6 movies, one of them not even out yet. It's like, what do you know? I think like Turning Red. There's no reason that wasn't that they needed to put that on Disney Plus. No reason at all. I feel. Hocus Pocus 2, I guess like they didn't think it would, like that was a big hit on Disney Plus. So like I think now they're maybe like, maybe we should have put this in theaters. But I get that why they wouldn't do that. I get why they wouldn't put like Chip and Dale in theaters, but like Turning Red should have been in theaters, you know, and all the other Pixar films that were only on Disney Plus should have been in theaters, to the point where I think Lightyear didn't do so well because Pixar's not been in theaters. So Bob Iger, he was a good CEO for Disney. He made them a lot of money, and like when he was CEO, like the MCU was still popping. Pixar movies were in theaters, and people there were happy. Like, say what you want about the quality of the Pixar movies, but like, you know what, even if they suck, I'm happy if the animators are happy, because animators, you know, they're not treated the same way as like filmmakers on like live action. I think animation is just they're like other movies, really. I don't think there's a reason to say like there's live action movies and there's animated movies. No, they're all movies. But that's a discussion for another time. That's like a huge discussion. But like, you know, and so there's actually another piece that comes with this. But Ryan, what are your thoughts on the CEO change at Disney, or the CEO, or like Bob Iger coming back? You know, he's not the new CEO, but you know what I mean. What are your thoughts?
I kind of find it interesting how pretty much they're both named Bob. Isn't it ironic, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
But yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a good change of pace, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, and also due to the fact some of the movies have been released on Disney Plus, where some of them should have been in theaters, it would have made much more sense, considering the fact how much money they would actually make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, like Lightyear shouldn't have been. It should be on Disney Plus instead of theaters.
Well, no, that was in theaters, but like, it was Turning Red that like should have been in theaters. Lightyear, of course, should have been in theaters, but like, all the fucking Pixar movies should have been in theaters. Like Soul, I get why that wasn't in theaters, because like that was released during the height of the pandemic, and it's like, we've been sitting on this movie for quite a while. Just put it out on Disney Plus. Luca, I remember the decision to make that Disney Plus only was still kind of during the height of the pandemic, but by the time the movie came out, like, movie theaters were opening up again and shit. So like, I guess like a little bit of foresight would have changed that decision. I kind of get that. Turning Red's the one that stands out. But yeah, the other piece of news that comes with this is apparently, and this is just a rumor, but it comes from some credible sources. Apparently, Kathleen Kennedy, the head of the Lucasfilm, a lot of people have not been happy with the way she's been running Star Wars. I'm one of them. From what I've heard, she's a really good producer for Lucasfilm. She produced a lot of their older films, and yeah, she's not all bad, but like as a studio executive, no. Well, apparently, she's gonna be out of the company, either shortly before or shortly after the release of Indiana Jones 5. And
Yay.
look, she's a good producer, not a good studio executive.
Yeah, she's not a good studio person.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
executive.
Go.
Yeah, executive producer. I get it. If you look at her credits, she's done Who Framed Roger Rabbit, somewhat, I guess, the Indiana Jones films,
Yeah.
everything Lucas films. But however, as a studio executive, not so much.
Yeah. I think the problem with her tenure is that basically all of Lucasfilm for the past 10 years has been Star Wars. And she, from what I've heard, she's not a big Star Wars fan. Lucasfilm has other things. They have Indiana Jones, and they're trying to bring back Willow. But Star Wars is what they've been milking, and she didn't have a plan for the sequel trilogy. How do you not have a plan? I still don't get that. But yeah. Any final thoughts here?
Well, you know that it's bad with the Star Wars sequel trilogy when the person who's actually running the company doesn't like Star Wars.
Yeah. Alright. Moving on. We got an interesting thing. This is kind of old. I probably should have had this in the briefer topics, really. But, so, there are two franchises. One of them I really like, and I've been wanting it to come back for a while. The other, I also really like. I like it because it's a fighting game, and but it hasn't been dormant for too long, really. But that is Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive. And apparently, there's a new reboot. Reboots are coming for both those franchises. I have this source from IGN. Team Ninja responds to Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden reboots. This is their response. Neo developer Team Ninja has responded to rumors that it's planning to reboot the Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden franchises, indicating that we probably won't see a revival anytime soon. Not ruling it out, though. Speaking to VGC, Team Ninja's creative director Tom Lee said that despite showing both franchises at a conference under the heading Reboot of Popular Series, the studio has nothing to announce regarding new entries. Yada yada yada. But the thing is, they're being, they're gonna come back. Ninja Gaiden, it's weird, Ninja Gaiden in particular, that's one of the franchises, the discussions of franchises that need to come back come up all the time. It's weird, I feel like Ninja Gaiden doesn't really pop up in those conversations. I don't, but whenever I bring it up, there should be a new Ninja Gaiden game. People are like, yes, there should be. But it's just weird because I don't think a lot of people really. It's just weird. No one talks about Ninja Gaiden when they talk about franchises that need to come back. But it absolutely should come back. And we've not gotten a new Ninja Gaiden game since Yeba in 2014. That was a spin-off. So I don't even know the last game before that. I think we're long overdue for a new Ninja Gaiden game. And Dead or Alive got a new game. Dead or Alive 6 came out a few years ago, and that was a huge fiasco. I didn't play it, but like, I'm interested to see how a like Dead or Alive reboot would be, cause what are you doing with the roster? That's the interesting thing. Ryan, what are your thoughts on Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive reboots?
Well, depending if it's good or not, I'm feeling it would be a good game. The Dead or Alive. Like this rebooter would actually do a good job.
Yeah. What about Ninja Gaiden?
All that too. I feel like they would do a good. I feel like that both of them would actually do good with the reboots.
Okay. Guess that's kind of all we have to say. This should have been a briefer topic, but yeah. We got another topic. Okay, now we got one final topic, and this is something I like to do when I get a guest on here. I have the guest decide what topic we want to talk about. So, Ryan, what is it that you want to talk about?
Oh, Thanksgiving.
All right. So why don't you start? Tell us a little bit about Thanksgiving and what are your thoughts on maybe the food or whatever.
Well, the food. I know that the turkey. Well, actually, here's like something interesting. The floats this year. We got a Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah.
We got a Grinch float.
You got a Grinch float? I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, there's a Grinch float.
On Instagram, I posted like a bunch of the balloons, and I will pull them up right now. We got Goku. We got I forget what he is. It's like this guy. I don't know if you can. This guy. What was his name?
It's the Dough Boy.
The Dough Boy. Okay. We got Boss Baby. We got Minion. We got SpongeBob and Gary. We got Snoopy in a NASA astronaut outfit. We got Pikachu and Eevee in a Pokeball sled. Sleigh, actually. Fuck you. We got Baby Yoda. We got Greg Heffley. And then we also got this picture of audio listeners, you guys can't see, but it is the Greg Heffley balloon poking Baby Yoda's ass.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that sure happened. I didn't know that there was a Grinch one. There was?
I believe so. I saw it somewhere on Instagram. Let me check.
While you're checking that, I'll give my thoughts on Thanksgiving food. I don't like it. I don't like Thanksgiving food. Okay, I don't mind turkey, but like turkey's so super dry, and like I need to have that with something. I need to have like I've had like turkey tacos like with shredded turkey meat. Like that's really good. I've also had like turkey enchiladas before. That's good, but like just turkey. But I know you put like gravy on it or whatever, but like I'm not a big gravy person. I used to be a very picky eater, and I've kind of opened up to more foods. But I guess I haven't opened up to Thanksgiving foods that much. That's like that's my weak spot, I think. Also, I don't like stuffing. I don't like mashed potatoes. Name a Thanksgiving food, and I don't think I like it that much. I'm weird. But yeah, Ryan, you found the Grinch balloon?
Not yet, but I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, it's alright. Name a Thanksgiving food other than turkey, stuffing, or mashed potatoes, because I named them all. Name a Thanksgiving food.
Oh. Sweet potatoes,
Eh.
sprouts.
I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna like spit out the sweet potatoes, but like, they're not my choice of like. I don't like them that much. Name another thing.
Brussels sprouts. That's what I had.
Ugh, I don't like Brussels sprouts.
Dang,
See,
you're
you see what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I like a lot of foods, but Thanksgiving food is like I just don't. Like
Broccoli.
so usually I just what do you say?
Broccoli.
I don't like broccoli. I mean I could eat broccoli, but like it's never like, you know what, I'm in the mood for some broccoli, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, like usually I'll eat a bunch of appetizers during Thanksgiving. That's what I did yesterday. I just ate a bunch of appetizers. Where I was, we had some pigs in a blanket and some pulled pork sliders. Those are so good. And yeah, how about you, Ryan?
Oh, I just had vegetables the whole entire time. I'm not really a big fan of Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
And what somewhat yeah, definitely not turkey. It's too bland and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say about Thanksgiving?
Not really.
All right. That'll do it for this episode of. I was about to say chill with the Meatcast. No, that's a different show. Go subscribe to the Meatcast and you'll see some of that. But that'll do it for this episode of DPX Talks for about an hour. Ryan, thanks for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Finally got you on here. Anything you would like to plug and any content you have coming up soon?
Not that I know of, no.
Do you have anything you want to plug though? Like any socials?
Join my Discord and also sub to my YouTube channel.
Yep, all those will be down below. Of course, there's me. If you're on SoundCloud listening to the audio version, go over to the to my YouTube channel, DPX Solo, where I upload the not audio versions of the show. Well, I upload like the more, the normal versions, as well as other content. I do solo missions, which is like my not JonTron, not angry video game nerd show. I do top 10s, I do reviews, I do a lot of stuff on there. Yes, follow my Twitter, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'll be on Twitter for, but follow my Twitch, Instagram, all that stuff, and we'll be back in a month to talk for about an hour. Maybe I'll have someone else on here. I don't know. Or maybe it'll just be by myself. I don't know. Let's hope I get a guest on here. Anyways, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and take care.
Bye-bye.